Over 50? What happens if you do the horse stance every day? Let me begin with a question. How many of you have ever looked in the mirror and felt time staring back at you? Not in judgment, not in defeat, but simply in truth. The years stack quietly, don't they? You don't always notice them arriving. They just accumulate. One morning you realize your knees ache a little more when you get out of bed. Your back whispers instead of shouts. You used to move without thinking. Now every motion has a tiny conversation with your body. And somewhere inside you start to wonder, is this what aging means? But let me tell you something powerful. Aging is not a punishment. It's an invitation. It's your body saying, work with me now, not against me. It's your muscles, your bones, your breath asking for your attention, not your surrender. And that's where something as ancient, as simple, and as underestimated as the horse stance steps in. Now, most people think of the horse stance as a martial arts thing, a posture for fighters, for those who train in dojos and practice discipline for battle. But the truth is, the horse stance is not about fighting others. It's about facing yourself. It's about finding that quiet, trembling moment when your thighs are burning, your breath is shortening, your mind is screaming to stand up. And you don't. You stay. You hold. You meet that inner storm and say, I am stronger than this. That's what changes everything. Over 50, the body begins to lose muscle mass naturally. Balance becomes harder. The joints stiffen. Circulation slows. These are facts of biology, but they are not fate. The horse stance fights each of those battles quietly, every day in a few still minutes. You're not leaping or sprinting or chasing your breath. You're standing still, but in that stillness, a revolution begins. When you lower yourself into the horse stance, feet wider than your shoulders, knees bent, spine tall, arms out or resting, you are teaching your body to reconnect. The big muscles of your legs, your glutes, your core, they all light up. Blood flows where it's needed most. The tiny stabilizers around your joints come alive. The very act of holding yourself upright in that position rewires how your nervous system communicates. It tells your brain, I'm capable, I'm grounded, I'm stable. And that message, that identity, starts to bleed into the rest of your life. Because let's be honest, being over 50 doesn't mean slowing down. It means getting strategic. It means training smarter, not harder. You've built decades of experience, wisdom, and resilience. You've already done the rushing, the pushing, the proving. Now it's time for refining, for mastering. And there is no movement, no practice that refines the body and mind more simply, more directly than this ancient stance. Do the horse stance every day and watch what happens. At first it feels almost too simple. You'll think, this can't be doing much. You'll last maybe 30 seconds. Your thighs will shake. You'll feel your hips complain. You'll want to straighten up and walk away. That's your first lesson. Not everything powerful comes with excitement. Sometimes power is quiet. It's the whisper that asks you to stay when every cell in your body wants to escape. And when you stay, even for another breath, something begins to shift. Within a week, your balance improves. You'll notice it when you climb stairs, when you reach for something high, when you move from sitting to standing. Your core starts to feel more alive. You'll feel a subtle power under your skin, not flashy but steady. You'll feel awake, give it a month and the changes deepen. Your legs will feel like anchors, not weights. You'll walk with more confidence because your foundation has strengthened. The horse stance trains the deep postural muscles, the ones that keep your spine tall, your joints aligned, your body stable. You won't just move better. You'll stand differently. You'll carry yourself with that quiet dignity that only comes when your body and mind agree to work together again. And maybe most importantly, your mind changes. See, when you hold the horse stance, you're not just training muscles. You're training focus. You're training patience. You're teaching yourself how to stay present when discomfort arrives. Every tremble in your thighs is a reminder that strength isn't built in comfort. It's built in endurance. Every drop of sweat, every second that feels like eternity, becomes proof that you are still capable of growth. That's what so many people forget after 50. They think growth stops. They think the body is done learning, done adapting, done transforming. But that's not true. Your body is still listening. It's still willing. It's still ready to respond to your effort. as long as you show up. The horse stance is one of the most profound ways to show up for yourself. Now imagine doing this not for a week, not for a month, but every day, every single morning. Before the rush of the world, you take that moment to stand in your power. Feet grounded, knees bent, back straight, breath deep. You're not chasing youth, you're reclaiming strength. You're not resisting age, you're redefining it. Over time, this simple daily ritual starts to do something almost spiritual. It centers you. It slows you down just enough to notice yourself again. You begin to tune in to how you breathe, how you move, how you feel. That awareness alone can change your health. Most people lose connection with their bodies as they age. They outsource their well-being to pills, to machines, to routines that they barely understand. The horse stance brings it all back home. You start to own your body again, and that ownership, that conscious partnership with your own strength, is priceless. Do you know what else happens? Pain begins to loosen its grip. When your muscles are strong, your joints are protected. When your posture is aligned, your organs work better. When your breathing deepens, your stress lowers. Your blood pressure finds balance. Your heart beats more efficiently. Even your digestion improves. Everything in the human body is connected to movement, alignment, and breath. And all of that is trained in those quiet minutes of stillness. It's a paradox, isn't it? You get stronger by being still. You find vitality by slowing down. You rebuild youth not by chasing it, but by grounding yourself in presence. And here's the part that's hardest to describe until you feel it. When you practice the horse stance daily, a deep confidence returns. Not arrogance, but a grounded, calm certainty. You know your body again. You trust it. You can feel your own roots, your own center of gravity. That stability ripples out into your relationships, your work, your mindset. You handle stress differently. You listen differently. You stop reacting and start responding. Because your body is teaching your mind. Stay calm, stay steady, stay strong. This is not about becoming a warrior. It's about remembering that you already are one. Over 50, you've faced storms. You've raised families, built careers, survived loss, change, uncertainty. You've lived. That means you already know how to endure. The horse stance simply gives your body the language to match your spirit's strength. It aligns your outer form with your inner fire. And let's talk honestly for a moment about fear. The fear of decline. It's real, isn't it? The world whispers that past a certain age, you should slow down, take it easy, expect less. But what if instead of slowing down you steadied yourself? What if instead of taking it easy you took it deliberately? What if, rather than expecting less, you expected different? Deeper mobility, cleaner strength, calmer focus, steadier energy. That's what the horse stance teaches. It's not a flashy exercise. You won't post dramatic videos of it. But it's the kind of quiet work that reshapes a life from the inside out. You don't need equipment. You don't need a gym. You just need a few minutes, a little patience, and the courage to meet yourself where you are. Every day you do it, you're sending your body a message. I am here. I am alive. I am not done. That message rewires everything, from your hormones to your mindset. When you lower into the stance, you lower into humility, acknowledging your limits. When you hold it, you rise into strength, transcending those limits. That dance between humility and power is the essence of aging well. The horse stance also teaches something profound about time. In those seconds when your legs start to shake, you begin to understand that time is not an enemy. It's a companion. It's your reminder that nothing stays still, not even stillness. The shaking, the trembling, the burning, they are life moving through you. They are proof that you are still adaptable, still capable, still alive in the present moment. Do you know the feeling of walking out of that stance after holding it for 2, 3, even 5 minutes? It's not just relief. It's rebirth. Blood surges, breath deepens, the body hums with warmth. You feel taller, lighter, more you. It's as if your cells remember what vitality feels like, and they start craving it again. That's the real miracle. The horse stance doesn't just strengthen you, it awakens you. And when that awakening happens, something else unfolds. Gratitude. You stop wishing for the body you had at 30 and start celebrating the body you have now. You begin to respect it, to listen to it. You stop fighting your age and start partnering with it. And that partnership, that peace, brings a kind of joy that no youth could understand. Because being over 50 is not a limitation. It's a threshold. It's a time when strength means something different. It's quieter, wiser, deeper. The horse stance becomes a mirror. It shows you exactly where you are, physically and mentally. It doesn't lie. You can't fake balance. You can't fake endurance. And BK,